little background. Robbie Murphy played with the Ironmen from 1999 to 2006. He started as a pitcher and a shortstop. He also pitched for the Ironmen as a pickup in 5 national championships. In that case, he had a 4-1 record at nationals. Among his many accomplishments, his top 5 all-time in wins, strikeouts, and ERA. In 2002, he was league all-star. 2003, he led the league with a 2.28 ERA and won the top sportsman award. In 2003, he posted a 367 batting average. In 2004, his ERA was 1.3. Robbie's Ironman career included a 1-hit shutout here at Ironman versus Manitoba. And there's probably a number here can remember that play. It was a slow ground ball up the middle that guys just couldn't get the play. It was a tough way to lose an all-hitter, but an unbelievable effort. He also had a set-out victory over Nova Scotia at the tournament in Windsor. It was a 10-0 shutout, and it was a game we needed to advance. So that was pretty important too. So we're very pleased, and for these reasons, to thank you, everybody, to induct Robbie Murphy to the Ironman Honor Roll. Now, former general manager, who was the general manager when Robbie was here, Darryl Matthews, who we presented a small gift of appreciation to Robbie. Now, the next move here, Robbie's going to throw out the first pitch of the game with Tyler McKay. I'm not sure if this is going to be equivalent to Nolan Ryan's first pitch or not, but looks like the that would be better than Franklin's. Okay, now the Robbie and his family are invited to go down to the Ironman Honor Roll for some pictures. The teams will have their travel, and then we begin.
Okay, folks, for those of you just joining us, the Ironmen have just completed their 2025 honor roll ceremony as Robbie Murphy is the inductee into the honor roll this year. So that ceremony has been completed. They're going to head down the line for some pictures as the Islanders, classy, come out of the dugout here and make a little handshake line for Robbie on the way by. So classy move by the Islanders. We are still about 12 to 15 minutes away from first pitch. So we're going to leave the stream up here. And thank you guys for tuning in. Again, we had the honor roll ceremony. We're going to have first pitch in about 15 minutes here on the final home game of the 2025 regular season here on Ironman Baseball Live. Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to Ironman Field for the last time in the 2025 regular season as the Ironmen finish out their 28-game schedule with, let's just say, everything clearly in front of them here tonight. It is a beautiful Thursday night here at Ironman Field. And Jake, the recipe is simple. The Ironmen win tonight. They clinch first place and home field throughout the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League playoffs.
Yeah, Chris, thanks for everybody joining us tonight, obviously, and you're in for a good ball game. I think this is about as close as you can get to playoff atmosphere, Chris. Lot riding, obviously, with a win, the Ironmen sole possession and will finish first. And if you're the Islanders, you want to come in here and play spoiler and give yourself a chance to get that top spot.
Yeah, absolutely. The Islanders, the rest of the team still have games in hand, but again, an Ironman win here tonight would have every other team in the league with at least 10 losses. The Ironmen would finish at 19-9. It would clinch first place and will await the winner of the 4-5 series afterwards. And a Islanders win tonight, and they would jump up into a tie for first place, and the Islanders still have 2 games in hand as well. And the Ironmen, with everything to gain here tonight, will send their import to the mound, Julio Hernandez. Julio comes into tonight with 53 1/3 innings pitched on the season. He is 6-1 with a 1.57 ERA on the season. So again, couple of teams, they both hit the ball very well, both over 300 averages on the season. Dig, what are the keys to the game you're looking for here tonight?
Obviously, it's going to start with Julio on the mound. It's being around the zone and throwing first pitch strikes for him. Obviously, super successful this year in the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League. And it's clean defense. You know, the Islanders put the ball in play. You know, as you said, a 300 average is a team. So it's a team that's not going to strike out a whole lot. So the defense needs to be good behind Julio tonight as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Julio comes into tonight's game leading the league in innings pitched, leading the league in wins, and trails Hayden Dow of the St. John Alpines by 8 strikeouts for first place in that as well. So a potential for a triple crown here with Julio on the mound tonight. Let me scroll over real quick to ERA, where he leads with a 1.57. So something else to watch for. We got a few things to watch for here tonight, but ultimately the result is what matters. As the first and second place team in the NBSBL go head to head. Again, this is the last regular season game for the Ironmen. There are regular season games across the league through the next Friday. So this will be the last Ironman game for, I would say, probably maybe close to 4 weeks, Dig. So breathe it in, take it all in. And Simon Dubois steps in to lead it off here. And that is a broken bat, 1 bouncer, 1 pitch, 1 out as Julio breaks a bat and gets a quick 1-3 putout.
Yeah, you can't ask for more than that. You're the Ironman. This is the guy you want on the mound, and you know, 1 pitch, broken bat, and an out. Can't ask for much.
No, that's right. And for some reason, and that's in there for strike 1 to Ryan McIsaac, as we're trying to get the old scoreboard going here. Just deciding it wants to be a pain in the you-know-what here tonight, so we'll figure that out. 1-1 here, the count to McIsaac. And that's in there for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to McIsaac. That is lined into center. Few steps in for Mike McKay, and that's going to be out number 2. So a quick couple outs here. Well, the rest of the scoreboard seems to work. And Dig, we just can't get the outs up there. So truly is all good, right? So 2 outs here, and it's going to be Jack Kraft stepping in. Kraft hitting 308 on the season. Slightly above the Islanders' team mark of 301. Again, these are the 2 best offenses in New Brunswick Senior Baseball. 301 for the Islanders, 318 for the Ironmen. And the 1-0, and that is just outside for a ball. It'll be 2-0. Kraft with 20 hits on the season, 3 of them for extra bases. That is another broken bat, this time a fly ball to right. So a 3 up, 3 down, 2 broken bat first inning for Julio Hernandez, and it's a clean one. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. We're going to head to the bottom of the first. It is no score here on O'Donaghues Ironmen Baseball Live. So we go to the bottom of the first inning. It's going to be Ben McDougall on the hill for the Islanders. He comes into today's game with a 2-0 record on the season, 3.50 ERA across 18 innings. He's allowed 16 hits and 8 runs. And he will be looking to keep the Ironmen at bay. And Dig, we have said it time and time again, the Ironman offense, 318 batting average on the season, 14 home runs, 234 hits. This is a team that can punish you a lot of ways. They're not afraid to take a walk. They put the ball in play. McDougall going to have his work cut out for him here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, 318 is quite a team clip to be hitting at this deep into the season, obviously. And it all starts, like we've been saying, for the last, 6 weeks. Mike McKay, Chris Keating, and Nick Leggett get it going, and the Ironman offense seems to roll.
Yeah, I mean, you got to roll through the top 3 hitters hitting 393, 413, and 400 with 100 hits between the top 3 Ironman hitters tonight.
Wow.
So here is Mike McKay again, 393 average, 35 hits. He scored 34 runs. He has 9 doubles, 2 triples, and 18 stolen bases on the season. I could keep going, but I won't. And that is on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Again, the ultimate table setter in the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League, Mike McKay. Here comes the 0-1, and that is in the dirt. And again, obviously, the Ironman coming off a 10-1 month of August. And one of the big catalysts was that is 1 through 9, just a complete ball team right now.
Yeah, no. Difficult outs 1 through 9. The guys in the bottom of the order making pitchers throw extra pitches.
There's a swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Mike.
Just not giving away at bats, Chris. Making the pitcher work and not up there swinging at, balls in the dirt or anything like that. Just good quality at bats, 1 through 9.
Absolutely. And that is high and inside. Mike thinking about maybe taking that one off the helmet. Not real eager to get out of the way there. Again, Mike, no stranger to the hit by pitch. 2-2 count here. McDougall with a look in, got the one he wants. Here it comes. And that is outside. A little slider down in the dirt. So Mike works it to a full count here. Umpires for tonight's game, all local crew. Brian Cummings behind the plate. Dave Morrison down the third base line. Jason Dunnett down the first base line. Full count pitch to the leadoff hitter and Ironman center fielder Mike McKay. And that is inside, and that's going to be a hit by pitch. Would have been ball 4. So just like that, McKay is on again anyway. Anyway, you can't.
You just had to speak it into existence, eh?
I cannot help but listen. Mike is the ultimate get on base any way you can. 18 walks on the season. That will be his 5th hit by pitch. And again, 18 steals. I have a feeling it might be 19 here very quickly as Chris Keating steps in. And a throw over. Mike looked like he might have been leaning there. Keats comes in, hitting .413 on the season, 33 for 80, 17 runs scored, couple doubles, a triple, and a homer. And that is down in the dirt inside for ball 1.
And still, Chris.
No. We're not going to talk about it.
No, we're not going to talk about it?
Bring it up.
Okay.
Keating DH in here tonight. Getting a night off from the field. Mike with a generous lead over at first. Not going. And that is low and inside. Same spot for McDougall. Couple little cutters low and in there. We're just going to let it breathe, Dig. You know, we've been talking about it. It hasn't been happening. Keats with 25 RBIs on the season, the exact same total he had last year. And that is hit into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Michael move up to second. So the Ironmen have the first 2 men on, as that'll be Keats's 34th hit of the season. And it's 2 on, nobody out here for the Ironmen, and that's going to bring Nick Leggett to the plate. And again, you want to talk about a guy that has been hot. Oh, baby. Nick Leggett is the definition of that. Hitting 400 on the season. He has 8 extra base hits amongst his 32 hits. He is up to 18 RBIs now as well. Again, the last couple weeks here, and we're going to get a
I think, Chris,
call.
Chris Keating may take himself out of this ball game.
And we know, again, not to go too deep down the rabbit hole, but Keats has been nursing an ankle injury, hence why the DHing tonight. Now there is a long look over here, and that's going to be it for Keats. So Chris is going to go out there. He's going to get a base hit. And again, obviously, you know, big game here for the Ironman. Wants to get himself out there and do what he can to try and contribute. But Keating will leave the game here after a base hit. And there is a number back up the middle. That's going to be a tough turn. 6, 4, 3. Safe at first. As Leggett able to beat it out, and we're going to have some discussion about that call. And that'll be runners at the corners with 1 out. So McClanahan, the pinch runner, out at second. So that'll be a 6-4 fielder's choice for Leggett. And that'll bring up Jeff Watkin. And again, you want to talk about guys that are hot. Jeff Watkin, up to 260, has had a couple home runs here in the last week or so. And that is a curveball on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. So Ironman with runners at the corners here with 1 out. Again, some discussion on the safe call over at first base. From up here, looked like he was safe, but again, I'm a long ways away. That is a number. That's going to find the hole, and that'll be no play. So an infield single for Watkin and an RBI, and just like that, the Ironmen are on the board. It's 1-0. And again, Dig, that's just a great example of, hey, put the ball in play, good things happen.
Oh, absolutely. It's unfortunate that Nick rolls that one over first and second, but he able to beat out the back end of it, and that gives Jeff a chance for an infield single here, and the Ironmen take an early 1-0 lead.
Absolutely. So the inning will continue now. 2 on and 1 out here for Jake Cook, hitting .313 on the season. 5 extra base hits. And that is a changeup on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. So again, the Ironmen making McDougall work here a bit in the first. They have a hit by pitch, a couple of hits. The last of which has opened the scoring here, an infield single by Jeff Watkin. And that is on the outside part of the plate. Nice pitch sequence from McDougall there. And it's quickly 0-2 here to Cookie. And that is hit hard towards first. That'll be another chance for double play. 3, 6. And Cookie runs well enough to beat that out. So that'll be a 3-6 fielder's choice. Watkin is retired at second. And it'll be 2 out, runners at the corners now for Charlie Mawson. Mawson comes in here, hitting .307 on the season. 23 for 75, has 17 runs scored. Mike on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. Hope you're having a good night, pal. Out Calgary. And that is on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday wherever you're watching. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or over on Twitch, we greatly appreciate you tuning into the final regular season game for 2025. And that is a foul ball, and quickly it's 0-2. Again, we want to thank everybody who has tuned in throughout the season to all of our games. We're going to have a extended break here after tonight as we wait for the regular season to finish. We wait for the senior nationals to happen, the 4 or 5 series to happen. And that is high and away for a ball. So again, likely won't hear our sultry voices for about
a few
month.
weeks. Yeah, no, a few weeks for sure.
And then strap in for what will hopefully be a long and exciting playoff run here on the Ironman social channels. 1-2 is the count here to Molson, bottom of the first inning. Runners at the corners here with 2 out. Runner going, and that is hit down towards first. That's going to be fouled. The Ironman trying to get something going there by moving the runner, move the infielders around. Molson protecting with 2 strikes. And the count will remain 1-2. So we're going to get another 1-2 here. That is high and away for a ball. Scott, real good crowd here tonight. Again, before the game, the Ironmen inducted Robbie Murphy into their honor roll out down the left field line. So congratulations to Robbie. His family was here in attendance as he was inducted with all the Ironman greats down that line. Let's see how quickly I can count. 4 times 8 is 32, 33, 34th member of the Ironman honor roll. So, yes, really good crowd here in attendance tonight. It's a beautiful night here in Miramichi. That is fouled back, out of play. Yeah, beautiful night here at first pitch. 22 degrees. It is going to cool off here later, which would be news to Jake and I's ears. Yeah, absolutely.
In the booth for sure.
Yep. 2-2. And that is high and outside for a ball. More high probably than outside. Again, a little change up there from McDougall. And again, we're going to get the full count here. So some communications from the Islanders as, again, we expect Jake to be on the move here. So a full count. And that is fouled away. Great at bat here from Charlie.
Yeah, just not going down easy, Chris. Like we talked about at the top of the program, the Ironman lineup giving you good at bats 1 through 9.
Absolutely, and again, they've done this time and time again, right? And we tell the kids, the 12 and 13-year-olds, this. If you make guys throw extra pitches, you make teams alter their pitching plans, get guys out of the game sooner, cause them to fatigue sooner. The Ironmen have done an amazing job of that. Another full count. And that is ripped foul. Another 2-strike foul ball there. But that'll be the 4th of the at bat for Molson. I believe we're about to see pitch number 10 here.
Well, and that's just it, Chris. They've made Ben McDougall throw 25, 35 pitches already in this first inning, and that's definitely not the plan coming into this game for the Islanders. Again,
they did travel with a very good-sized squad here tonight. Full dugout over there on the third base side, so another 3-2. And there's a swing and a miss. Nice change up from McDougall there, so he wins the battle. But the Ironmen score first, an RBI infield single by Jeff Watkin. After an inning here at Ironman Field, it is your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman 1. The Islanders, no score.
Ironman Baseball Live is brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub. Our beautiful back patio is open and dogs are welcome. We even have a special O'Don's Irish Pup menu for your furry friend. Head on over to our website, O'Donaghues.com, to check out our full menu and upcoming event schedule. O'Donaghues, welcome to your pub.
So we go to the top of the second inning here. 1-0 Ironman. Be the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for the Islanders here after Julio Hernandez spun a 7-pitch top of the first. We recorded 3 outs, 2 broken bats. Had a ground out, a couple of flyouts. And Nick McPhail's going to step in here. It is a beautiful night for a ball game here.
Nick McPhail getting the Serge Votor treatment with the third baseman Hale out in short right.
Yep, absolutely. And that is, not sure where that one was. Maybe a little up for ball one. McPhail comes in here hitting .387 on the season. He has 24 hits, 7 extra base hits. And that is outside for a ball. And again, you can see the Ironman with 3 infielders on the right side as Garrick Hale is the rover out in short right. That is on, boys. That looked like a pretty good pitch from Hernandez there. Doesn't get the call, and it's 3-0. And again, pretty good pitch there, but high and away for a ball. So 4-pitch walk to lead off the inning for the Islanders. And that'll bring Duncan Pickett's to the plate here. Pickett's hitting .333 on the season. He has 23 hits, 7 extra base hits, 15 runs scored. He bats with the 1 on and nobody out. That's a curveball in there for strike 1. So Julio right back into the zone here after the leadoff walk. Ironman back to more conventional defense here. That is on the outside part. What a great slider that is for strike 2.
And good pitch calling by Jeff. Julio missed with the fastball a couple times up and away. Calls the curveball and the slider, get that release point out in front a little bit more, get him more towards the plate.
Yep. Now you go back to high fastball here. Your changeup in the dirt. Time's going to be called here by the batter. Julio and Jeff not really on the same page here, but what they want to throw. Now we're locked in. He's got the one he wants. And here it comes. And that's another broken bat. That's going to be 6. And a throw over to first will pull Leggett off the base. So the third broken bat of the game.
I hope that the Islanders brought a couple extra bats in the bag
strategy. Tonight. So McPhail's retired on the 6th fielder's choice. Pickett's will reach.
Good play by Walsh to get the lead runner at second base, and maybe just a little bit of a rush throw pulls Leggett off the bag there at first.
And that's outside for a ball. Want to give a special shout out to longtime Ironman fan Kenny Quinn, tuned in tonight to the broadcast. Wishing you, from all of us up here, speedy recovery. Thanks for tuning in to Ironman Baseball. We're thinking of you. That's in there for a strike to even the count at 1-1. One ball, one strike here to Myers. That is just outside for a ball. So again, Julio fighting that fastball a little bit here in the second inning. Again, I can't say I've seen a scenario where we've had 4 balls put in play and 3 broken bats.
Yeah, really keeping the Islander hitters off balance tonight so far.
And Julio with a bit of a signal into Watkin there. That's on me. Just fighting his release point a little bit here right now. As the count goes to 3-1 here on Myers. Trying to reset here. Runner over at first here with 1 out. And that is hit in the air. And that's going to be long out of play. Out onto the John Street construction here. Full count here to Myers. 1 out here in the top of the second. Islanders have a runner at first in the form of Duncan Pickett's, who reached on a fielder's choice that he raced McPhail at second base. And that is fouled away again. That was a good fastball from Hernandez there. So we're going to get another 3-2 pitch here. And that is down and in for ball 4.
Good pitch there by Julio, and a pretty good take by Josh Myers as well.
Yep.
After seeing that fastball.
Absolutely. That was a very good battle there. So again, obviously Hernandez now has to get back into a situation where he gets strike 1, strike 2.
McDougall, a very competent hitter at the plate as well, puts the ball in play.
Hitting .348 on the season. And that is high for ball 1. McDougall has 23 hits, 3 extra base hits, including a homer. And we're going to get time called here as Watkins going to go out here, maybe because first time they've had a runner at second. So just to confirm the sign sequence. So the Islanders have runners at first and second here with 1 out in the top of the second, trying to avenge the run the Ironmen scored in the bottom of the first. The Islanders still do not have a hit. Both runners they have on have reached via the free pass, and that is down for a ball. Now it's 2-0. So Julio having a hard time finding the strike zone here.
Yeah, just fighting it a little bit, Chris. Kind of unlike him, doesn't issue the free pass very often.
No. And that is a healthy 2-0 hack from McDougall there. Fouls that one straight back. So 2 balls, 1 strike here with 1 out in the top of the second inning. Ironmen lead 1-0, but the Islanders threatening with runners at first and second. Here comes the pitch. And that is down for a ball. So now another 3-ball count here. Cole McLaren, the catcher, on deck. And that is at the bottom of the strike zone. McDougall was looking for a walk there. So a full count here with 1 out. And that is that was a great pitch there. Looked pretty handy, but again, called the ball. So that'll be the 3rd walk of the inning. And now the bases are loaded here for McLaren. Looks like the Ironmen are going to play in on the corners here to try to cut down that run. So Julio having to fight it here in the second inning. That's a curveball in there for strike 1.
Good pitch right there to get ahead of Cole McLaren. Kind of set the tone for this at-bat after you've been wayward over the last 3.
Mm-hmm.
Still just a ground ball away from getting out of this inning.
That's right. Absolutely. And there is a good pitch and a great take by McLaren as he thought about it. Bit of a half check swing there. Phenomenal take from McLaren. 1 ball, 1 strike here. That is fouled back, so now it's 1-2. Again, the always boisterous Islander bench into it here in the second inning as their team has a lot of life. Bases loaded with 1 out. 1-2 is the count here to the Islanders' number 8 hitter, Cole McLaren. Hernandez with a look in. He's got the one he wants. He comes set. Look out towards second. And the pitch. And that is a swing and a miss, strike 3. As he goes to the changeup, a great pitch there. And that is a huge out, number 2. That will bring up the third baseman here, Dylan Worth. Worth hitting .259 on the season. 7 for 27. Couple extra base hits. Big spot here in the second inning. Bases loaded and 2 out. That is high and tight for ball 1. And what a pile of left-handed hitters that the Islanders send.
yeah,
I believe 7 of 9.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I
5,
think only
6.
McDougal and McLaren hit from the right
I
side.
think you're correct. Yep.
That is at the bottom of the strike zone for a strike. So again, tough. Obviously, not a whole ton of lefties across the NBSBLs, and big left-handed lineup here. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Worth. And that is on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. I think home plate umpire Brian Cummings might have crossed himself up there with where that pitch was. 1 ball, 2 strikes here with 2 out. And that's fouled back. Look out. That one ricocheted off the 2 bars of the backstop and then over into the first base side bleachers. Hope everybody's okay down there.
Big pitch here from Julio. You can strand them here, give the team a little bit of momentum going into the bottom half.
Yep, that one's outside. Little too much on that one as it flew out of the hand. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 out in the top of the second inning. Bases loaded for the Islanders. All full of walks. Number 9 hitter here. Hernandez looking to end it right now. And there's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. A couple of big strikeouts for Hernandez to strand the bases loaded. And after an inning and a half, it will be the Ironmen 1. The Islanders no score. Mr. Dig, it is for the final time.
Oh, goodness.
In 2025, it is time for Ironman Who Am I trivia. So you may have heard me say earlier, the Ironmen inducted Robbie Murphy into their honor roll earlier in the game. So the question tonight is Robbie Murphy related, Dig? In 2004, Robbie Murphy posted a 1.30 ERA in 43 innings. In all of Ironman history, only 2 pitchers have had a lower ERA in a season of 40-plus innings. Who are they? Now, here's the thing. I'm going to give you the only thing you need to be able to do is name the 2 guys.
Okay.
If you guess the years, even one of the 2 years, you will forever have my love.
Oh, wow. Okay. So a lot riding on the trivia tonight.
Yes, so in 2004, Robbie Murphy posted a 1.30 ERA in 43 innings. Only 2 Ironman pitchers in history have had a lower ERA in a season of 40 or more innings. Who are they? We'll be back in the middle of the 5th inning with the answer. So Logan Walsh going to step in here to lead off the bottom of the 2nd inning. Walsh hitting .257 on the season, 19 hits. Let's have 5 extra base hits. That's a curveball down for ball 1. Logan tied for 2nd on the Ironman with 2 home runs with Zach Goss and Jeff Watkin. Pretty good company for the first-year full-time Ironman. And that is out foul. I already got you in a pretzel with the trivia, don't I?
You do.
You're gonna be thinking about that trivia for 3 innings. We shall see. I don't think it needs to be said, but they are both names are guys who are out on the wall.
Yeah,
there,
no,
yes.
I figured as much with
I
that.
didn't think that part needed to be said out loud, but it is true. And that is on the inside part of the plate for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That is down and away for a ball. Full count here to Logan Walsh to lead off the bottom of the 2nd. And that is hit high and deep to left, but that is going to stay in the park and be caught out there. Wow, I thought Walsh got a good piece of that one, but that one hangs up there in the thick night sky and will be the first out of the inning here. Love seeing the trivia guesses in the chat. Again, stick around for the middle of the 5th inning or the result. Here's Garrick Hale playing third tonight, and that's inside for ball 1. Hale hitting .286 on the season, has 8 hits, all singles. That is down and away for ball 2. Again, tough bottom of the order here with Walsh, Hale, and Goss, all very capable hitters. That is inside for ball 3. Again, that's something, Dig, that we have seen a lot of, creating a lot of success lately. Guys at the bottom of the order being able to fill up the bases and then turn it back over to the top.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's kind of been the motto of the Ironman for the last. Gary's going to take ball 4 here.
Ball 4.
Been the motto kind of since that run started in July, Chris, is that the bottom half gets on, and it's given, Mike McKay and Chris and Nick Laggett opportunities to drive in a lot of runs.
Well, and it's just, you know what, again, right, it does a lot of things. Obviously, when you have Mike and Chris and Nick coming up with guys already on base, obviously that's huge. But, it's got to, for the psyche of the opposing pitchers, knowing that 1 through 9, you're going to have to battle every time.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's tough. That's in the dirt for ball 1. Again, we've seen, some teams here that the bottom of their order has struggled. And sometimes as a pitcher on the hill, like that can give you a bit of relief.
Yeah,
hey,
no, exactly.
I can throw a few more fastballs here. I can just pound strikes and try to make these guys beat me. That's inside for ball 2. But again, when you come here, the way the Ironmen have played the last 12 to 15 games, there's no free outs.
No, and as a starting pitcher, when you look at an opposing lineup, you kind of look for pockets. 2, 3 hitters in a row, say, okay, I know I can kind of get through these guys.
That's fouled back. A mighty 2-0 hack Goss there.
With a little bit less effort. But 1 through 9 for the Ironmen, it's just been...
And to be fair, the Islanders kind of boast the same, right? You look at some of the averages. I mean, these teams, to say these teams at the moment are very similar ball clubs, I think would be accurate.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. Both have very long lineups, different ways to beat you.
And that is a hard hit into right field. That'll be a base hit. Hale goes up hard to second, but will stop. So the Ironmen have 2 on here now with 1 out in the bottom of the 2nd. And we'll go back to the top of the order here for Mike McKay. So again, the Ironmen turn the lineup over with 2 runners on. We'll see if Mike is going to do his usual step up to the front of the box. He will not. And that is way up for a ball.
Really good foot speed on the...
And we're going to get time here as J.P. Stevenson quickly out of the dugout here to talk to his starting pitcher, who has gotten a bit wild here in the inning. So again, obviously Stevenson sees something that he doesn't like. And just a quick pep talk here for his starter. And a couple pats on the back, which were loud enough for us to hear up here. Back to the dugout he goes.
Enthusiastic, letting his pitcher know, hey, you got this.
Listen, I like JP, real good guy. I love to see. I'm excited to see where his coaching career goes. Obviously has a good team of guys here with the Islanders. Really knows his stuff. Hale making a dance around at a second, and that's going to cause McDougall to step off. So again, after the visit, right back into the pitcher's head. Count is 1-0 here to McKay. And that is hit in the air towards the right field line. That is a long run, and it will be caught. Hale is going to tag and try to go to third, and he's going to get in there safely. So McKay is retired for the 2nd out of the inning. And Hale will move up to third. So that'll bring Gavin McClanahan to the plate. And this will be his first at bat.
I believe so.
Yep, he has been on the line in the lineup 3 times. Or on the lineup card 3 times, but this will be his first at bat. And that is a change up in there for strike 1. Wearing number 30, but I can see from up here, wearing Chris Keating's batting helmet.
Oh, a little nod.
So McClanagan came in to pinch run for Keating after Keating had a single back in the first and then left the game with what I believe will be called ankle discomfort. Not that we're getting official injury reports from the dugout, but we do know that Keats is nursing a bit of an ankle injury. And that is in the dirt. Nice take there by McClanagan. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. 2 out in the bottom of the second. The Ironmen runners at the corners. What a big time it would be for McClanagan to
knock that first hit
start
off
his
the
first hit, first RBI, first couple things here. And that is in the dirt inside. McClanagan, of course, a standout with the O'Donaghues Junior Ironman, who, by the way,
2-0
up
series
2-0 over the Metro Mudcats in the Junior Baseball League semifinal. The league on pause now, I believe, for the Junior Nationals.
Yes,
so
yeah.
They won't resume for a few weeks, but the Ironmen picking up a couple of wins to start that series. And there's a swing and a miss by McClanagan, so he'll go down. So the Ironmen get a couple on. They get no further as McDougall battles around it. So 2 innings in the books here from Ironman Field. It is your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman 1. The Islanders, no score.
Ironman Baseball Live is brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub. Did you know we have happy hours 7 days a week from 3 to 6 p.m.? Come on by for a drink and a snack. We also have wing night every Thursday from 5 to 10 p.m. Head on over to our website, O'Donaghues.com, to check out our full menu and upcoming event schedule. O'Donaghues, welcome to your pub.
So we go to the top of the third inning, 1-0 Ironman. Both teams with some runners left on base in the second. The Islanders stranded 3, and the Ironmen strand 2. The Islanders will send the top of the order here in the top of the third with Simon Dubois to lead it off. He grounded out to the pitcher his first time on a broken bat, one of 3 broken bats for the Islanders so far. And that's outside for a ball.
That's the brand new Miramichi right out of the plastic and into the game here
Yep,
after
the Islanders having to go digging in the supply cabinet for some twigs. That's a great fastball on the outside part of the plate for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Dubois. And that's in there for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count here. Guys downstairs have it 2-1, but that's okay. We're paying attention, Dig. We're locked.
Yeah, we got it up here.
We're locked. There is a check swing foul, as Dubois trying to get on any way he can here. Probably why he's hitting 450, leading the runs of Senior Baseball League.
Yeah, really, really adept at putting the ball in play.
Yep.
Also, a few weeks ago here, Chris, he laid down an unbelievable bunt. Started in foul territory, came back into fair for a single.
And that is a bounder. That's going to be a tough play for Charlie. And he's not going to be able to make it. Again, a massive hop up over the head. And unfortunately unable to make a play. So that will be a single. First hit of the ball game for the Islanders. And they have the leadoff man on here. Again, not a heck of a lot you can do there. A good 2-strike approach there from Dubois. He just chops that one into the ground.
Yeah, and enough foot speed that even if Charlie comes up with that ball clean, I don't think.
I don't think he's making it. He is 9 for 10 in steals. And there's a liner to second, and a great play by Molson. Dubois able to get back. A hard line drive there, nabbed by Molson for the first out of the inning. Again, Dubois had taken a couple of steps. Molson had to kind of dropped to his knees there to make that play, so unable to double up Dubois at first. So it'll be 1 out and 1 on, as McIsaac will be retired on a hard hit ball. That is on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. As Crafty steps up here, flew out to right field his first time. Former Ironman Jack Kraft. Long pause here. Dubois with a stutter step. That is inside for a ball. Again, Hernandez trying to vary his delivery time here, trying to keep Dubois off balance.
Like you said, 9 for 10. You don't want to give that 390 feet up, obviously.
Piping hot pizza has arrived at the canteen. I can tell you that much for sure. Piping hot pizza. Throw over to first. I can tell you right now, piping hot pizza, if you happen to be in the ballpark listening, head on down to the canteen, grab yourself a slice of piping hot pizza. Pizza delight. Piping hot pizza. That is down for a ball. (3-1) Alpines over the Royals. That's right. The Alpines and Royals have a tilt going on tonight. And there is a bounder foul. Again, the Alpines trying to keep pace with the Islanders and the Ironmen. Again, the Alpines still have, after tonight, 4 more games in hand. And at 13-10, they still have a fair shot at finishing second or first. And that is down for a ball. Good take there from Kraft. So that'll run it full. Again, the Alpines' dreams of finishing first would die if the Ironmen win here tonight. But again, lots to play for. Alpines obviously want to jump up out of that third spot at the very least, get themselves home field in a 2-3 series. Runner going, and that's ball 4. Outside. A little bit too much run on that fastball. So that'll be a walk. 4th walk of the ball game, I believe, for Hernandez. Uncharacteristic of him thus far. Again, the Royals, on their behalf, trying to keep pace with the Mets. Those teams will face off in the 4-5 elimination series. The Royals trying to get up into 4th so they can have home field in that best of 3. That's a slider in there for strike 1. Right now, the Royals 1.5 games behind the Mets. Tonight is their game in hand. After this, they will both have 2 games left. So every team with something to play for still in the NBSBL. That is a great slider there that catches the inside part of the plate for strike 2. So quickly now, 0-2 here to Nick McPhail.
Good candidate if you get a ground ball to turn the double play with.
Yep. So 0-2 is the count. 1 out here. And that is high and away as Hernandez tried to throw a little extra mustard on that one. As he looked for his 3rd strikeout of the ballgame. 2 strikeouts, 4 walks for Hernandez thus far. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count here. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. And that is bounced. Great block from Watkin there. Chest protector did his job there. So 2-2 is the count here now. Hernandez with a long look in. Got the one he wants. Here it comes. And that is a bounder down the first baseline, and that will be foul. So the count will remain 2-2. Thank you for that update, by the way, John, on Facebook, providing us a score of the Alpines Royals game. Appreciate it. Out of town scoreboard. We always love when our chatters pop in with the out of town scoreboard. Appreciate it. 2-2 again. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. McPhail goes down. Again, 3 strikeouts for Hernandez. They have all been critical. 2 strikeouts in the second with the bases loaded. And a big strikeout there for out number 2 with runners at first and second with Pickett's coming up. Big strikeouts when you need them.
Yeah, definitely bearing down when he needs to make a pitch. Obviously doesn't have the A+ command tonight as per usual, but.
And there's a grounder to second. Maulson's going to boot it, and nobody's covering third. So that's an unfortunate error there for Mawson. So that'll be E4, as I think Charlie was trying to make sure he could quickly flip that ball to second for the short one with Kraft bearing down on him. So an uncharacteristic error there from Charlie Mawson. And now that'll load it up for Josh Myers. So an opportunity for the Islanders here to make that hurt. And there's a swing and a miss foul ball. Two out here in the top of the third. The Islanders have the bases loaded on a hit, a walk, and an error. Looking to cash it in here with Josh Myers. And that is down for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Playoff atmosphere here at Ironman Field tonight. Again, both of these teams want that pennant. And that is a great pitch. Called inside. And I'll tell you what, I'm not so sure about that one, as Hernandez smiling out on the mound, as I think he fooled home plate umpire Brian Cummings there. That looked like a great pitch. Surely looked like strike 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. And that is right there for strike 2. So now 2-2. And again, I mean, that in that situation, obviously that changes the at-bat. You go from 1-2 and looking to put him away to having to throw a Main Street fastball here because you don't want to go 3-1.
Yeah, no, it luckily a well-executed fastball, and get yourself back in the count. And now you're looking to put away Myers here.
Yep, Myers calls time at the plate. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The Islanders have the bases loaded here in the top of the third inning. Hernandez has the one he wants. We're reset. Here comes the pitch. And that is a liner and pass. Walsh into center field. So that will score 2 to throw over to third. And Pickett's is safe. And just like that, the Islanders take advantage of that error. And they lead this ball game 2-1. And again, that is what good teams do. They make you pay when you make mistakes. We've seen the Ironmen do it time and time and time again. And that's going to get Terry Leggett out of the dugout here for a conference on the mound. And a great piece of hitting there from Josh Myers to line that one into left center. 2-run score, and the inning will continue here as the Islanders have runners at the corners now with 2 out. Again, the inning continues here. It'll be Logan McDougall batting here.
And Chris, an offense that just is too good to give this many chances.
Yep.
That's, that you played with fire last inning, and unfortunately unable to work your way out of it now, but still a job to do. Still need to get this third out of this inning.
And that is down for ball 1. And again, that's the thing when you get these really good teams together. Obviously, one mistake turns the tide of the game.
Yeah,
obviously,
absolutely.
that's a inning-ending ground ball that you get out of 1-0 with the meat of your order coming up. Now they turn it into 2, possibly more runs here, and that is a grounder to short. A bit of a bouncer for Wallace, so that will end the inning. So an extended one in which the Ironmen give the Islanders 4 outs. The Islanders turn it into 2 runs, 2.5 innings in the books. It is the Charlottetown Islanders 2, your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman 1 on Ironman Baseball Live, brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub. So we go to the bottom of the third here. Ironman trail 2-1. I'm trying to get her back here. 3-4-5 coming up. Leggett, Watkin, Jake Cook.
Sounds like a run.
Sounds like the part of the order that you want up here. Ironman so far, 2 runs on 2 hits. Or sorry, that's the Islanders. Islanders, 2 runs on 2 hits. Ironman 1 run on 3 hits, and they have committed an error.
The I names get you.
They do, yeah. It's amazing. Someone will tell me after the game how many times I messed up Islanders and Ironman. It'll be in the 10 to 12 range, I'm sure, by the time it's over. Ball 1 to Leggett as that one's in the dirt for McDougall. Back out for his third inning of work here. And that's on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Again, we've seen the Ironman in this situation many times this season. They do not know the meaning of the word quit. Grounder to third. That'll be a nice play. Strong throw across the diamond. That'll be a 5-3 to start the inning. For out number 1. So that'll turn it over to Watkin here. Has the only run driven in for the Ironman, an RBI infield single back in the first inning.
Good play by Worth there, the junior affiliate. Stay down on that ball, Nick hit hard. And
great arm across the
yeah,
diamond.
really strong arm.
And that's inside. Is that Worth at third? I thought Worth was at second.
No, McDougall at second.
I just can't read. Cool. Thank you. Just knowing that I can't read, right? It's all good. It's all good. That is a foul ball. So 0-2 to Watkin. Still got answers trickling in for a trivia question. Panda Placey says Art Leggett and Aaron Merrill.
Good guesses.
And for those of you who missed the
guesses.
trivia question earlier, we'll pop it back up here in a bit. We'll have the answer for you in the middle of the fifth. We'll pop the question again here in a minute. That's outside. The question is, Robbie Murphy, who honored here tonight with an honor roll induction, 1.30 ERA and 43 innings in 04. Only 2 Ironman pitchers have had a lower ERA in a season of 40 or more innings. Who are they? Answer coming mid-fifth. I got digging a mental pretzel, I can tell. And that is high and tight for a ball. I believe it's full. Or is it 2-2? Who knows? Nobody knows. 2-2. We're going to go 2-2. We're going to trust the scoreboard operator here. And that is low and outside for ball 3. Can confirm it was 2-2. Again, a lot of great options. A lot of ways you can go. Could be couple. You got a couple Leggets. You got Aaron Merrill. Could be Matty Jenkins. Could be Frankie. Could be Royce. Could be Dixon. Could be. And there is strike 3 called. Watkin thought that was ball 4. And he's going to hear it from the Islanders' dugout. So strikeout for McDougall. Could be Jason Jarvis. Could be a lot of options, Dig. Just saying. Could be none of the guys I just mentioned. Corey Basilinski, who was a trivia question here not too long ago. That ball's inside. Ball 1. I could just keep throwing names out if that makes it better.
No, it's making it worse, actually. It's, the Ironmen have been around since 46, something like that. So, I mean, and even longer than that.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to try to.
Are we going into, 1907?
John Q. Daly III's 1947 stats. I don't know if they knew what ERA was back then. I mean, they did, but that's high for a ball. So 3-0 here to Cook. Something tells me ERA back in the 40s was not.
No, I wouldn't say it was very reliable.
Maybe 11.3.
Yeah.
And that is down for ball 4. So Cook will get on with a 2-out, 4-pitch walk. So the inning will continue, and that will give Charlie Mawson a chance to make up for his error from last inning, which led to 2 runs. Again, Charlie's wearing that on his back here at the moment. wants to try to turn his favor around right here. Can do so here. Nice little double down off the Scott's Pharmasafe sign. Be just great. Throw over to first. Gimme. Sorry, songs get in my head. Can't get DMCA'd here. And that's down. Update from St. John. The Royals have put up a 4 spot. Lead 5-3 down there now after 4.5. And that is down for ball 2, and that's going to cause a time call.
Yeah, McLaren just out to give his pitcher a chance to take a deep breath. Say, hey, you got the first 2 this inning. Don't worry about that walk. Let's get back in the strike zone here and get us back on the sticks.
Yep. And not to play too much standings chess, but a Royals win in St. John tonight would be huge for the Ironmen because it would mean that even if they lose tonight, they could finish no worse than second.
Second place. Okay.
Yep. Because that would be the Alpine's 11th loss of the season. The Ironmen would finish with 10. And that's going to hit Mawson. So a hit by pitch, and the Ironmen will now have 2 runners on. Mawson, no stranger to the HBP. Shocking, I know.
And Walsh, no stranger to an extra base hit. Good guy to have up the plate right now. You're looking to do a little bit of damage.
And
with
another visit from J.P. Stevenson here. This one a little less peppy. A little slower walkout.
Yeah, no, taking his time now.
Mawson's 6th hit by pitch of the season trails only Nick Leggett on the team, who has 10. As a team, that is their 38th. The literal definition of any way you can.
They don't move.
Nope.
Stick your feet in the box, and if he's going to give you a free 90 feet, you go ahead and take it.
30.
Surprises me that Mike McKay isn't higher on that list.
Yeah. Did he get hit tonight? That was his 5th. So technically, the one to Charlie just now, they're 39th.
Oh, okay.
My B. I forgot there was one earlier. Anyway, who cares? Here's Logan Walsh with 2 out and 2 on. Trying to get the Ironmen back into this ball game here, the bottom of the 3rd inning. These are the chances you have to cash in on in these high-intensity games. And that's right back in the strike zone. So McDougall, after the visit from Stevenson, right back into the strike zone. 0-1. Long check out to Cook at second, and that is high for a ball.
And Walsh just missed one in his first at-bat, popped it up just a little bit, and ended up about 10
just
feet
short of the
track.
Yep, just short of the track and left. Again, ball not really flying that well here tonight. The air is thick. And that is high and tight, and that's going to get away. So that'll be a bonus 90 feet for both Ironmen base runners. And now Walsh, with a base hit here, could give the Ironmen the lead. A couple of fleet-of-foot base runners out there. 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. The count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Boy, oh boys, would you like to see Logan get into one here.
Single through the right side does the same job.
Sure, pal. I'll go for the exciting play. That is in the dirt, ball 3. Should the inning continue, Garrick Hale in the on-deck circle. Three balls, 1 strike here to Walsh. 2 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And that is right there for a strike. I think Walsh thought maybe that was a little bit at the top of the zone, so he decided to take that one. So full count now with 2 out. Biggest pitch of the ball game so far right here. Full count, 2 out, bottom of the 3rd. Ironman with runners at 2nd and 3rd. And that is in the dirt, ball 4. A nice block. Keeps the runners at bay, but that'll load it up now for Garrick Hale. Hale walked his first time. A walk in this situation would tie the ball game. So bases loaded here. Boys, oh boys, been a lot of runners on here in the first 3 innings of this ball game for it being only 2-1. Both pitchers have been able to bear down when they've allowed runners. And that is hit in the air to center. And he came in, Kraft came in on it. Now he's got to retreat. And he is able to recover to make the play. So the Ironmen stay in the bases loaded, and after 3 innings complete, they trail this one by a score of 2-1. on Ironman Baseball Live, brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub.
Ironman Baseball Live is brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub. Come by and try one of our new menu favorites, the tot of the morning to you. Mayo, lettuce, tomato, egg, bacon, cheese, and 2 tater tot rings, all on a brioche bun served with home fries. How can you pass that up? We have brunch every Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. until noon. O'Donaghues, welcome to your pub.
So we go to the top of the fourth here. Ironman strand, the bases loaded. Yeah, we have had some pile of runners stranded on here. We have walks, hit by pitches, 5 hits, an error. All that adds up to a 2-1 Islanders lead here in the top of the fourth, and they have the 8-9-1 on tap here in the fourth. That is at the bottom of the zone for strike one.
17 runners already, Chris, left on base by the both teams combined
There you go.
in 3 innings.
And that's in there for strike two. And again, both teams have had multiple runners on in pretty much every inning. The only quick one we had was the top of the first, 1-2-3 with a couple broken bats. Since then, it has been everybody on all the time. And that is a number down to third. This is going to be a tough play. But Hale able to take his time and make the play. McLaren not the most fleet-of-foot guy. Didn't get out of the box real quickly, so Hale able to pick that up and make the play for out number one. So that'll bring up Dylan Worth. Struck out his first time. Gonna bat here with 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the or top of the fourth inning. That one's high for ball one. That's a slider that misses. That is fouled away. Worth aggressive there in a 2-0 count. Fouls that back for strike one. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to the Islanders' third baseman. There's a swing and a miss at a good fastball. A little extra giddy up from Hernandez on that one. So that runs it to 2-2. Hernandez looking to set Worth down for the second time in this ball game. There's a protect foul ball. As Worth reached out off the outside corner there to get a piece of that one, stay alive.
Yeah, good job to get a piece of that because that was a pretty good pitch by Julio Hernandez there in the outer half.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of run on that one as he tried to get him to chase something with a little extra hustle on it. And there's a swing and a miss, strike three. A great slider there. Lackluster effort from Worth on that one, and he goes down for the second time.
Not a whole lot you can do when you get 88 on the black and then the slider on the hands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ball 1 for 2, singled, scored the first of the 2 Islander runs last inning.
And there's a little backdoor slider from Hernandez there for strike one. And again, this comes down to what we've seen the Ironmen have to do before. You put up a 0 and give your offense a chance here. That is fouled back for strike two.
Julio throwing this inning with a little bit more conviction, Chris. He seems to have the feel for the fastball now.
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever he was lacking in the previous 2 innings, he has found it here so far in the 4th. As that fastball is coming in hard and straight. There's another foul ball, and Dubois with a lookout. Again, what a back-to-back hard fastballs here that Dubois just fouls straight back. A little bit of gamesmanship here with 2 out here in the 4th. And he gives him another one, and Dubois lines that one into right. That's going to be a long run for Goss. He's going to make the play. So that'll be 3 up, 3 down for the Ironmen, just what the doctor ordered. Halfway home here at Ironman Field, it is the Islanders 2, the Ironmen 1 on this edition of O'Donaghues Ironmen Baseball Live, brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub. So it's going to be the number 9 hitter to lead it off at the bottom of the 4th here for Ironman, Zach Goss. And we'll be back to the top of the order for Mike McKay. And we'll see if Gavin McClenaghan stays in the game as the designated hitter, or if we see another option, Tyler McKay perhaps. And that is on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. I think Goss thought that was up, certainly looked up. And we got some activity about to fire up here. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 2. In the Islanders bullpen, as it looks like Jordan Stevenson is going to get loose down there. Stevenson fresh off of picking up his 50th career win last week. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Goss goes down on 3 pitches. Swings at a couple up out of the zone. And this will go back to the top of the order for Mike McKay.
And I wouldn't expect anything else, Chris, from Jordan Stevenson, the horse of this Islanders pitching staff, to show up and say, hey, if you guys need me to close out this game, give me the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's having a great season, 5-1 with a 2.67 ERA. And that is on the outside part of the plate for a strike. McDougall going to the changeup often here early in the bottom of the 4th. Trying to change the point of view here for the Ironman hitters. Having a hard time picking up the sign there. And that is hit hard to third. That's going to go right through the wickets of Worth. So that'll be an E5. And the Ironman will have a runner on. So now we'll see if the Ironman can take advantage of a mistake.
And Tyler McKay is going to pinch hit for Gavin.
What a call by me. There is, I was going to say, there is no way the guys downstairs were debating a hit versus an error. They were slow putting that one up.
Listen,
I might have muted with this.
Ironman Park, you know.
I know. So Tyler McKay is going to pinch hit here. Hitting .291 on the season, 16 for 55, and a throw over to first. as Mike had a generous lead. And again, we will see Ironman down a run here in the bottom of the fourth, how aggressive Kevin Bowes is at giving Mike McKay the green light here. I think he might be going first pitch. And that's right down Main Street for strike one, and a throw to second. And that is going to be stolen base number 19 on the season for Mike McKay. As good throw by McLaren, but he didn't really have much of a chance. And again, McKay going first pitch. So now with one out, the Ironmen have a runner in scoring position.
Good job by Tyler to take that strike, too. Mike got an unbelievable jump, and when he gets going top speed, there's not a catcher in the league that's going to be able to throw him out. So give him that 90 feet, and now you got a strike to work with. Absolutely.
So now McKay looking to put something into the outfield here for a base hit and tie this ball game. And that is high for a ball. And again, had a conversation with McKay before the game. He was loose. Said he was looking for an opportunity to contribute in this ball game. And he has an opportunity to do so here as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the fourth inning. Long look out to second. And that is fouled back, out of play, first base side. So the counter run 1 and 2. Again, Stevenson not warming up in the bullpen with any sort of expediency. Just getting loose at the moment. Catcher still standing down there. So McDougall going to get a chance to go through the middle of the Ironman order here again. And that is popped up. That's going to be back of second. And we're going to have a bit of a convergence, but McDougall will make that play for out number 2. So McKay flies out to the second baseman. And that'll be 2 outs now for Nick Leggett. So Leggett going to try to pick up a 2-out RBI here. Leggett's 0 for 2 in the ball game. It's hitting to a fielder's choice and grounded out to the third baseman. Ironman in desperate need of a base hit with runner in a scoring position here. That is popped out of play, foul. Leggett aggressive here. Stevenson now warming up with a little bit more quickness than before. His brother's going to go down and have a check on him here and see how things are going. Nobody warming up for the Ironman. No surprise there.
You're the Ironman. You want to tie this game before Jordan Stevenson comes in here.
Yep. And that is a great take there. A nice changeup from McDougall. Again, that is a very well executed pitch. The big league take from Nick there. As he backed up that curveball with a great changeup just below the strike zone. And that is in the dirt, and that's going to get away. So another wild pitch. Had one back in the third inning as well, and now the runner moves up 90 feet away from the home. Again, still 2 out here for McDougall, so no need to press the panic button just yet. But 2 balls, 1 strike here with 2 out in the bottom of the fourth. Ironman looking to tie this ball game. And that is high for a ball. That'll run at 3-1. If the inning were to continue, Jeff Watkin is the on-deck hitter. So if you're Ben McDougall, you want to end this inning right here. Otherwise, it could be Stevenson time to face Watkin. And that is hit hard towards third. Worth up with it, has a chance to make up for his earlier error, and he will. So a nice 5-3 across the diamond. So McDougall once again keeps the Ironman at bay as the Ironman unable to convert anything with runners in scoring position. So after 4, it'll be the Islanders 2, your Chatham Miramichi Honda Ironman 1.
Ironman Baseball Live is brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub. If you are looking for a space to host an event, our upstairs area has seating for 40 for your grad party, baby shower, business meeting, or private party. What better way to host than in a Miramichi historic landmark with awesome food and drink? Head on over to our website, O'Donaghues.com, to check out our full menu and upcoming event schedule. O'Donaghues, welcome to your pub.
So we go to the top of the 5th. It'll be the 2, 3, 4 hitters here for the Islanders. McIsaac, Kraft, McPhail. As they cling to a 2-1 lead. The Islanders have 2 runs on 2 hits. The Ironmen have 1 run on 3 hits. Both teams have committed an error. Both teams have stranded a small village on the base pass in this ballgame.
That's an understatement.
Yes, it might be. And that is in there for strike 1 as Hernandez has figured out whatever was going on with his fastball through the 2nd and 3rd inning and has relied on it heavily in the 4th and leads off the 5th here with a blazer right down the middle. There's another one, and where the heck did that miss? Where? Somebody please tell me where that was. 1-1 is the count.
Like you say, high-low up here maybe?
Yeah, we'll go with that. That is down for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike as Hernandez goes to the slider. Jordan Stevenson has ceased warming up down in the bullpen. He's still down there, but he's not throwing any more pitches. We'll see how the Islanders choose to. And that's a banner down the first base line. That'll be foul. We'll see how the Islanders try to put together the last 9 outs of this ball game here. It is 2-1 Islanders here in the top of the 5th. Two balls, 2 strikes here to McIsaac. That is down in the dirt, so that'll run it full. And there is a boundary out towards second, and Mawson kind of judged what's going on between hops there. As again, I thought he had initial thoughts about staying back and then decided to charge in. That will be the team and Charlie Mawson's second error of the ballgame. So the leadoff man is on here. Update from St. John. The Royals lead 6-3 there after 5.5 innings. Hernandez going to ask for time here as he needs to tie a shoe. So again, an uncharacteristically rough night in the field for Charlie Mawson. Yeah, that was a tough one, right? Big hop.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to try to get the big hop if you can, and he made the decision to charge a little bit. Takes a bit of a spinner jump up. He gets his body in front of it, but it squirts away, allowing the runner to reach, so it will be an error. And that is hit high in the air and out of play by Jack Kraft. I don't know what the hell that hit outside, but, man, it was loud. Again, there is a lot of construction equipment and stuff around the Ironman Field area as the city performs upgrades on the services underneath John Street. So it's been an ongoing thing all summer. And that is right at the bottom of the zone for strike 2. A bit of a delayed call from Brian Cummings there, which draws a bit of a glance from Kraft. So the count's 0-2. And beautiful night here at Ironman Field. Honor roll induction for the Ironman. There is a liner into left. That is going to be back, and that's going to be off the wall. Cook up with it out there, and that is a good throw back in. So that is a double for Jack Kraft. And just like that, the Islanders have runners at second and third with nobody out here now in the top of the 5th. Situation critical here for the Ironmen. Again, that's just a great piece of hitting there from Kraft.
Such a good player, able to stay on that, outside fastball from Julio and shoot it over Jake Cook's head for a double.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going to draw the Ironman infield in, trying to cut the run at the plate.
Yep, absolutely. That is high and away for a ball. No activity in the Ironman bullpen. You have to think their primary relief option here is the man that is out in right field, which would be Zach Goss. That is down for a ball. But for the moment, this is Hernandez's situation to try to get out of here as he has now fallen behind 2-0 here to McPhail. Runners at second and third here with nobody out. And that is looped into left. Cook is in. He's going to make the play. Runner's going to tag and bluff a start. And a good throw from Cook. So that will be a fly out to left for the first out of the inning. The runners do not advance. That is a huge first out for Hernandez.
Great job by Jake Cook getting that ball in quickly after making the catch.
Yeah, absolutely. Big there to get a fly ball to the outfield and not have the runners advance. And again, the Ironmen here are going to give the intentional free pass to Duncan Picketts to load the bases up for Josh Myers. So some gamesmanship being played here. So Myers will now bat with the bases loaded. That allows the Ironmen to move the infield back to play for the double play. So again, the situation critical here for the Ironmen as they trail 2-1, and the Islanders have the bases loaded here. Myers in no hurry to get in the box here, which I'm sure Brian Cummings is just thrilled about. And now we're in. And that is right down Broadway for strike one. I'm not sure what Myers is shaking his head at there. That was middle for strike one. So 0-1 here. The Ironmen still have the corners in. And that is in. Watkin with a good block there. Great block even.
Yeah, like you said, critical. And with Jeff's blocking ability back there, gives Julio the confidence to spike those curveballs and try to get swings and misses from the Islanders hitters.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a pitcher-catcher relationship that you need to have. The 1-1, and that is right there for strike two. So now 1-2, and boy, oh boy, would a strikeout be exactly what the doctor ordered here.
He's been good getting to 2 strikes tonight, Chris. Hasn't been
able
to put him away. See one here.
And that is exactly where he goes. A little on the inside, so Myers able to duck out of the way. So now we'll see if he goes back to the changeup here, or he maybe throws a slider in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. You don't want to go to 3-2. Want to win it right here, and time is going to be called. That's called by the catcher. Watkin looking for a different set of signs, perhaps. Maybe not sure what Julio actually shook yes to.
Yeah.
2-2. And that is fouled off at the plate. And then I'll get back to the screen. And again, these Islanders, some very, very professional at-bats here tonight. Hope you guys are having a great night wherever you're watching from. Well up over 150 viewers across our platforms tonight for the last regular season game of 2025. And that is hard hit ball into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. The throw to the plate, and that is going to score 2. And the Islanders have expanded their lead. It will be 4-1. So a decision to walk the bases loaded there does not work out as Myers rips a single into right field, and now it is 4-1, and the inning will continue here for Logan McDougall as the Islanders will continue to have runners at first and second with only 1 out. And that is lined into left. That is going to be a base hit. The runner's going to try to score. Cook with a bad throw up the line, which will allow the runners to advance to second and third. I don't think Cook had a hope in heck of throwing out Pickett's at the plate there, as Pickett's got a great read on that ball. So an RBI single, and now the Islanders lead 5-1. And now the Ironmen once again will have to bring the infield in. So the Islanders have scored 3 here in the inning and still have runners at second and third with 1 out. And that is outside for ball one. So again, the Ironmen with the infield pulled in here, trying to cut off whatever they can. This is the inning that the Islanders have been threatening all night. And that is a slider right there for strike one. One ball, one strike here. One out, top of the fifth. And that is a grounder to short. And they're going to come home in a bad throw. Logan Walsh initially did not field it well and then makes a bad throw home, which will allow the run to score. And it is 6-1. And again, miscues by the Ironmen here. They have made too many tonight. We'll see what that gets scored. At the very least, it is a fielder's choice as Terry Leggett is out of the dugout here. The Ironmen have made a couple of errors and a couple of other miscues. Again, not a great throw in from left field from Jake on that last play, which allowed the runners to move up to second and third to begin with. And then Walsh fights off that hard grounder, skips the throw home. Again, I think a good throw. He probably had an out there at home.
Yeah, I would say so. A good throw definitely gets Myers, who was kind of in between and then took off as he caught the ball.
Yep. So Terry Leggett's second mound visit of the game will conclude. So still going the wrong way here for the Ironmen as the Alpines, I'm looking at the chat. The Islanders have now scored 4 in the inning here. And it is 6-1. There's a swing and a miss as the number 9 hitter Dylan Wirth is up. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. I think the Ironmen would like him to put one in play here. A nice little grounder. And that is right there for strike 2. The Islanders begging for ball calls here. Not going to get it. And that is high and tight. Wirth able to spin out of the way. So the Islanders, to their credit, what an inning they've put together here. Some hard hit balls in play. They've taken advantage of a couple of miscues by the Ironmen. They've put up a 4 spot and they lead 6-1. And that is a slider. Misses the back door. And it's 2-2. And there is a hard hit ball. High and deep to right field. At the track, at the wall. It's going to skip off the base of the wall. That will allow 1 run to score. So an RBI double for Wirth, and the Islanders now lead 7-1. And you have to think, and you're right, that's going to be it for Julio Hernandez. Whatever he's offering, the Islanders are onto it. And that is going to end his night as he has been beat around here in the 5th inning. So that will spell the end of the night for Julio Hernandez. The Islanders have scored 5 here in the top of the 5th. And have taken a 7-1 lead. And I believe we are going to see, let's see. Zach Goss appears to be the man of the hour as Tyler McKay. So we're going to have a few changes here. Tyler McKay is into the game at third base. Gary Hale's night will be done. Andrew Langtang's going to enter the game in right field. Zach Goss is going to enter the game to pitch. So we will take a break here as Goss will warm up with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. The Islanders have broken open at 7-1.
Ironmen Baseball Live is brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub. Our beautiful back patio is open and dogs are welcome. We even have a special O'Don's Irish Pup menu for your furry friend. head on over to our website, O'Donaghues.com, to check out our full menu and upcoming event schedule. O'Donaghues, welcome to your pub.
So Zach Goss takes over here for Julio Hernandez. Goss has thrown 24 and a third innings on the season, is 4-0 with, I believe, 3 or 4 saves, which I don't have in my program here. 4.03 ERA across 108 batters faced. Again, the changes, Tyler McKay into the game over at third. Andrew Langtang into the game in left field. Goss does have 3 saves to go with his 4 wins. And it's back to the top of the order here for Dubois. Ironmen still have the infield in here with only 1 out. And that is outside for ball 1. Again, want to thank everybody for watching out there. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or on Twitch, greatly appreciate it. Big crowd in the chats tonight. And that's on the outside part of the plate for a strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. The Islanders have scored 5 in the inning. And that is popped out of play. Foul. And again, Stevenson has resumed warming up. I don't think that is Stevenson anymore, is it, Dig?
That looks like Ben McDougal down there just staying warm.
Oh, that is, yep. McDougal has gone down to the bullpen here to stay loose.
Been quite a long inning here for
Yes, it has.
the Ironman defense.
And another broken bat.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yep. So Dubois breaks his 2nd bat of the game.
And
That is
those
the 4th or 5th bat. That was a brand new one right out of the
Miramichi torpedo bat. So he's down about $500 tonight in 2 bats.
Yeah, I tell you what, the bat budget tonight. If you're gonna if there's a negative for the Islanders tonight here, it's their bat budget has taken a beating.
Yeah, no, they definitely, especially going to the Nationals, are gonna have to make a stop on the way.
Yep.
Pick up some new lumber.
Yep. Make a stop. I'm not sure who their bat sponsor is, if they have one over there on the island. Maybe one of the Source for Sports over there, which I partook in while I was over there. Trip to Sport Check as well. Either way, you're going to be getting a call from the Islanders. 1-2 is the count here with 1 out. Top of the 5th. Ironman looking for an out. It has been a while since we've had one. And that is going to hit Dubois in the foot. And that is unfortunate.
Yeah, one of those innings, Chris, that just kind of gets away from you. You know, the error to start by Charlie, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. A couple hard hit balls by the Islanders, and you're the Ironman here. You're just praying for a ground ball to get you out of this and start picking away.
Well, and the Islanders have now hit around here in the inning as McIsaac is back to the dish. And there's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Keeping an eye on the game in St. John tonight as it is 6-4 Royals going to the bottom of the 7th there. And that is down for a ball. And again, if you're looking for some good news for the Ironmen, if the Royals are able to hang on to that score, The Ironmen will clinch second place regardless of the outcome here tonight. There is a foul ball as McIsaac reaches out for one off the plate. One ball, two strikes here. Again, Ironman looking for an out. There is a pop up in the infield. That should be an infield fly. Don't wait too long to call it, guys. So that will finally be the second out of this inning. By my count, the first out in close to a half hour.
Had to be.
So now the inning will continue here. The bases remain loaded for the Islanders. It's Jack Kraft.
Kraft already with a double this inning.
Yep, great double. Great piece of hitting to the opposite field. And that is high and tight for a ball. Look out. One ball, no strikes here to Kraft. And Goss didn't like his grip there. You could see him fiddling with it in his glove. Decides to step off there. Not wanting to throw something he wasn't comfortable with. That's high and away for ball two. Nowhere to put him here, so you got to have strikes. Quickly 2-0, though, to Kraft. Going to step out here real quick. Take a nice practice, very nice practice swing. Sure you guys are watching that from home. Whoa, language down there. This is a family show. That's right on the outside part for strike. Very spirited conversation going on below us here at the backstop. I'm not going to look up and see who it is because I might be disappointed. Some colorful language, folks, that I hope our mics are not picking up. I don't think they are, but it's definitely not PG-13. 2 balls, 1 strike. That is high and away. Oh, boys. And again, wow. Did not, and again, that was a pretty generous strike call, but again, just a completely unnecessary, overzealous reaction from the Islanders. Again, they are an intense group of individuals, that is for sure. And there's a foul ball. Back to the screen, so it'll remain 2-2. Again, just completely 6-7 of them in the dugout, all over home plate umpire Brian Cummings.
Hey, they got, Kraft's back. They didn't think that pitch should have been called a strike, and you like to see like the team have your back, but maybe not as zealous as that.
Yeah.
That's all.
And that's high for a ball, and that'll run at 3-2, especially in an inning where you've scored 5 runs.
Yeah,
and a game
exactly.
you're leading 7-1.
Exactly.
Maybe, just a suggestion here, maybe tone it down just like a notch. That's all I'm saying. Again, as an umpire, I would not appreciate that in that situation. Full count. And that is popped out of play foul. I don't think there's going to be a chance. And there will not as that goes out of play. Long run from McKay and Walsh. So still full count, 2 out, top of the 5th. The Islanders have already scored 5 here in the inning, looking for more. They lead 7-1. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, as Kraft goes down on strikes. So that'll end the inning. And again, Kraft has some things to say on his way back to the dugout. Has to be careful here as Brian Cummings looking his way, but The Islanders put up a big one. 5 in the top of the 5th. They lead 7-1. All right, Jake, it is time.
Okay.
As if I haven't tortured you enough this game. Tonight's trivia question. In 2004, Robbie Murphy posted a 1.30 ERA in 43 innings. Congratulations to Robbie Murphy
Well done.
for being inducted into the Ironman Honor Roll here tonight. In history, 2 pitchers for the Ironmen have had a lower ERA in a season of 40 or more innings. Dig. The moment of truth is now. Who you got?
Okay. Well, I'm going to go Aaron Merrill 1 for sure. The problem then becomes, how do you not take the guy that was also in the MLB? You know what I mean? But Jason Dixon.
Aaron Merrill and Jason Dixon. Well, I will tell you, you're 1 for 2.
I'll take that. Let
Now,
me get
would
a
you-
year.
but now,
Let me
here's
get
the
a
thing.
year. Yep.
Would you like to specify which one you think is right?
I think Aaron Merrill's right.
Okay. So the correct answers, Bill Saunders has the missing answer in the chat. Ray Royce with a .78 ERA in
Holy
1974,
cow.
and Jason Dixon with a .89 in 2006.
Okay, so the MLB guy was the right call. Okay, I'm happy about that.
That's
I'm
fine.
okay with that.
So again, that brings to an end our Ironman trivia for the season. Thank you guys so much for playing at home, playing in the chats. Greatly appreciate all you guys hanging out, doing the Ironman trivia. Probably going to give it a rest in the playoffs, although you know what? I've got 4 weeks to put trivia questions together, so
Oh, true enough.
stay tuned. But Thursday night Ironman trivia, bottom of the 5th here. And that is a strike 1, and Watkin doesn't like that one. See, here's the thing, though. Does Bill have his book open just looking it up?
No, I think Bill pulls that right from the memory bank because he's got all those stats up there.
You're thinking Bill just knows that Ray Royce had a .74 ERA in the 70s.
I really do.
Okay.
I think Bill is an encyclopedia of knowledge into the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League.
Listen, speaking of encyclopedia, that's strike 2 to Watkin. We do have Mr. Saunders' books.
Both copies, yes.
Both volumes of the buzz on the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League. We have both copies up here in the press box. We refer to them constantly. A great compendium of historical knowledge about the NBSBL. As that ball is looped into left field, and that's going to get down a little off the fist knuckler. And listen, if you're the Ironman at this point, Jake, you take that.
Hey, sometimes it's just a bloop that starts a rally.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? You know, we've said it, right? At this point, they have 9 outs to use. You obviously can read the scoreboard. It's 7-1.
Nobody's hitting a 6-run home run, right?
Nope.
You got to pick away piece by piece, and
Yeah.
that starts with a good at-bat by Jeff right there and getting on base. And now, who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's right down Broadway for strike 1 as Jay Cook steps in. And that is hit to the left side. That's going to be a very tough play. And they're going to hit out at second. A absolutely fantastic play there to get it out. Bill in the chat saying he helped Royce lower his ERA.
Oh, wow.
Tough guy to hit. Again, the stats speak for themselves. So a great 6-4 fielder's choice there will be the first out of the inning. We have a final score from St. John as the Fredericton Royals pick up a 6-5 win over the St. John Alpines. That's high and away for a ball. So with that win, that guarantees the Ironmen can finish no worse than second, regardless of the outcome here tonight. So they will have home field advantage at the very least in the semifinal series.
Which is huge.
Yep, absolutely.
A team that loves to play here at Iron Park in front of the great local fans, so guaranteeing that you're able to do that in the first round is going to be a big help.
That is down for a ball. Again, the Ironmen committed tonight 9-4 at home. 9-5 on the road, though.
Road Warriors.
Yeah, that's right. So again, with the Alpines losing tonight, that is their 11th loss of the season, meaning they can finish no higher than the Ironmen, cannot tie them either. And that's there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Mawson. Again, this is where. There you go. That answers your question, Nora. Ray in the chat.
Oh, Ray. Well, congratulations on that ERA in 74.
Answer to a trivia question right in the chat here tonight. Back over to first is Cook. So again, everyone, just the connections being made here. Again, we thank you all. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, that is in the dirt for a ball. Nice block from McLaren. Three balls and 1 strike's the count here to Mawson. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Ironman trying to chip away here. And that is a hard hit ball towards second. And that will be a nice play by McDougall. And will make the play at first for the second out of the inning as Cook moves up to second. And again, that has been the difference. The Islanders defense has been
clean baseball
bang on here tonight. Again, yes, they made 1 error, but it did not come back to hurt them. The Ironmen have made 2 errors officially and a couple of mental miscues as well, which have cost them. And that is a curveball in there for strike 1. And again, now no pressure, no activity in the Islanders bullpen now with a 6-run lead. Stevenson likely ready if needed. And that is inside for a ball. So just to remind people, the Royals pick up a 6-5 win in St. John tonight, meaning the Ironmen can finish no worse than second. There's a foul ball back. And what a series. That's going to be a doubleheader between the Islanders and the Alpines on, I believe, Saturday in St. John. Will decide a lot. It is Saturday. This Saturday, Alpines and Islanders in St. John, a huge series that will impact the Ironmen if this score holds. Hard hit ball, and that's going to be a nice play from Worth. Long throw over. He makes the play. Wow, Dylan Worth having himself a game over at third base, and 3 great defensive plays in that inning for the Islanders, and they come away with another 0 as that's 5 innings in the books here, and it is 7-1 Islanders. Yeah, you're right. I read the thing backwards. It is in Charlottetown.
Ironmen Baseball Live is brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub. Did you know we have happy hours 7 days a week from 3 to 6 p.m.? Come on by for a drink and a snack. We also have wing night every Thursday from 5 to 10 p.m. Head on over to our website, O'Donaghues.com, to check out our full menu and upcoming event schedule. O'Donaghues, welcome to your pub.
Yeah, so just to correct myself there, that doubleheader between the Alpines and the Islanders this weekend in Charlottetown, because I can't read a schedule, apparently.
It's all good. You do other things well.
But again, that will, if this score holds, that will be a very important series for all 3 teams, the Ironmen and the Alpines and Islanders included. Again, a win here tonight for the Islanders will pull them into a virtual tie. I'll have to look and see. Now I'm going to put my sleuthin' hat on here, Dig. Because it's going to be McPhail to lead it off here, but I'm going to do some sleuthing in the meantime. 1, 2.
You do you.
3.
Again, Tyler McKay out into short right.
Yep.
McPhail.
Now it's in there for strike 1.
Definitely a pull-happy hitter, to say the least.
And so, by my count, the season series between these two teams is 3-3. So the Islanders winning tonight would mean they would hold the tiebreaker advantage, meaning they would need the Islanders to lose twice
Against
the
St.
rest
John.
of the way. Yep. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3 as Goss retires McPhail on 3 pitches. Yeah, so if the score holds here tonight, that would mean the Islanders would have to lose twice to the Alpines on Saturday in order for the Ironmen to still finish first. But again, with the Alpines loss tonight, the Ironmen can finish no worse than second, so they will have home field advantage in the semifinals. Foul tip by Pickett's there. 7-1 Islanders here, top of the 6. Again, still anything can happen here. That's high and away for a ball. Never count anybody out. It's baseball after all.
We learned, too, that this Ironman lineup doesn't like to go down quietly, so
No, they
with
do
6
not.
outs left, they're going to scratch and crawl all.
Don't know. Listen, we've all done it. That's down for a ball. Sometimes you catch yourself in a tongue twister,
You know
pal.
what? That's just it. That's just it.
Two balls, 1 strike here to Pickett's from Goss. That's outside for a ball. Islanders have 7 runs on 6 hits, have committed an error. Ironman, 1 run on 4 hits. They've committed 2 errors. 7-1 ball game here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. There's a foul ball from Pickett's.
And you asked me at the top of the broadcast, Chris, what I thought the keys of the game were for the Ironman. If you go back to that, I had said, strike 1 and aggressiveness from Julio and clean baseball. And unfortunately, the Ironmen haven't been able to do it tonight.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Islanders have had some really, really good at-bats here tonight. And an appeal, they will say that Pickett's held up. So a free pass. So the Islanders have a base runner here with 1 out. So that'll bring Myers. Last time up had a huge 2-run single after an intentional walk to Pickett's, loaded the bases. That is inside for a ball. No activity in either bullpen at this point. Again, I think the Islanders would be content if Ben McDougall can get them the rest of the way here. Obviously, I'm sure they would love to save Jordan Stevenson for Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. Those 2 games now mean, if those,
They mean a lot.
yeah.
Especially with the Islanders knowing, hey, we got to win 1 or 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Obviously, if they win the first game, everything is moot from that point on for the top 3 teams. There is a ball at a play foul. Again, obviously the Islanders looking ahead to their trip to Nationals in a couple of weeks. Nationals, they start 2 weeks from today, 21st through the 25th, as they will be the New Brunswick representative. They're going to go to second for 1 and on to first, and they will not turn the double play. So that'll be a 4-6 fielder's choice for out number 2. Myers will reach. And Logan McDougall will bat here now with 2 out. And that's a liner into center, and McKay will make the play. So that will end the inning. So the Ironmen keep the Islanders to a 0 here in the top of the 6th, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 7-1 Islanders on this edition of O'Donaghues Ironmen Baseball Live. So here we go to the bottom of the sixth. It's going to be Andrew Langtang to lead it off here for the Ironman. Ben McDougall back out for the bottom of the sixth. And that's down for a ball. Again, he has allowed a run on 4 hits. He's had a handful of walks. But last couple innings here has really settled in. His defense behind him has been superb. That's a cutter in there for a strike. Again, the Islanders' defense, especially in the bottom of the 5th, fantastic.
Yeah.
They've been great all night.
All 3 guys in the infield.
And there's a cutter backdoor there for strike 2.
McDougall, McIsaac, and Worth at third. All 3 of them made tremendous plays in the bottom of the 5th.
Absolutely. Yeah, and around the horn, putting stars next to those ones. And Lantang stays alive by fouling it away. Tanger comes into tonight hitting .348. 8 for 23 on the season.
Having himself another nice year.
All 8 of his hits have been singles. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3 as he chases that one for out number 1. So here we go now to the number 9 hitter, Zach Goss. Goss again has come in to pitch. He came in the top of the 5th, has thrown an inning in 2/3. Hasn't allowed a run. I don't think. I think all 7 runs were charged to Hernandez. I have to go back and look. That's why I keep Dig up here to keep the book. It's great having a partner, guys. Not going to lie. It's fantastic. 1 ball, no strikes here to the Ironman pitcher. There's a swing and a miss. And again, that changeup from McDougall tonight has been breaking hard away from these lefties.
Yeah, a lot of arm side run.
Yeah,
Good pitch for him.
We have seen some ugly swings at that changeup. And there's a bounder out to second, a big hop for McDougall. And that'll be quickly out number 2. And the Ironman will turn it back over to the top of the order for Mike McKay. Nora, he started, had a single in the top of the 1st, and then left the game. Was pinch run for. Again, dealing with a bit of an ankle injury. I was talking to him there between the last inning. Said it's all good, just precautionary. Again, some more important baseball to be played here this summer. So obviously, again, he said it felt good in batting practice, but when you get out there and you crank it up in the game, obviously he felt something tweak when he made that run down to 1st. And that is high for a ball. So 2 balls to McKay. Again, I feel like Kraft out in center field maybe would prefer to umpire this game as opposed to playing center field based on some of the comments he's firing in here in the bottom of the 6th of 7-1 ball game.
Yeah, and I believe he was at bat when the pitch was called, so he has a little bit of...
Yep, he's taking it with him. That's on the outside part for a strike. Now 3-1. Again, the Ironmen running out of outs here. 2 out here in the bottom of the 6th. They trail 7-1. And that's in there for strike 2. Here comes the 3-2. And that is bounded foul.
Mike reached twice, once in an error, once by hit by pitch, obviously the 1st.
And there is a foul ball down the right field side.
Heads up down the line.
Look out. We're going to get another 3-2 here. That is down and away for ball 4. So Mike will be on base again. Again, this Islanders team will be heading to Regina in a few weeks for the men's national championships, which 12 months from now, Dig, we'll be right here in Ironman Field.
Yeah, no. Obviously, good luck to the Islanders in the 2025, I believe, Regina.
Yes, sir.
So good luck to them heading out west. But
That's outside to McKay.
26
Tyler
back
McKay.
here. Always a
Yes.
special weekend here at Ironman Park when Nationals are around.
Hate to look that far ahead, but we started the stream as the 1-0 to McKay. That is on the inside part for a strike. We started the stream in 2022, so obviously a few years after the 2019 Nationals. When I first heard that the team was putting in a bid for 26 or 27, my excitement meter went to about a 14. And that's in the dirt. Nice block there from McLaren. And then I'll run it to 2-1 because obviously, I've enjoyed 4 years of calling Ironman baseball
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
We built the stream into a bit of a community and what it is. And not going to lie, and again, I hate to look a year in the future because we have a lot of important baseball still to be played this year. The 2-1. And that is called strike, and I think that one was up. But we're going to be sitting here a year from now, being a few weeks away from calling National Championship Baseball date.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously, going to be an exciting.
Keep yourself in my good graces, I think, for the.
Oh yeah. Gonna need to be on Snag's good side for the next year or so.
And that is inside. And I'll tell you what, that was, I think, a better pitch than the 2-2 or the 2-1. I think that was a better pitch. So full count, 2 out. So obviously McKay's going to be on the run here. And that is high ball 4. So back-to-back walks here. So now Ironmen have a couple on, and that's going to bring out J.P. Stevenson yet again for the 3rd time. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. You know what? Obviously, we're going to be here. Couple of fields in play. Obviously, here at Ironman, we're going to have the Waldo Henderson with some action as well. But again, not looking too far ahead. But that's going to be for me. I didn't get into this with that being something in mind. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So obviously, to wrap that up, good luck to the Islanders out in Regina here in a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully they show out well for PEI, and I'm not sure if they're going as PEI or Team New Brunswick because the team's from New Brunswick.
Yeah.
But regardless,
It's one of those things we just don't ask.
yeah, no, I think they should probably represent the island. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I believe last year they were referred to as Team NB,
Okay.
but that might be misremembering. There's a swing and not sure if that was on the swing or on the call. Not sure if Dan is still in the chat, but I know Dan, CABC Baseball, did a lot of streaming from the one of the fields there last year.
Yeah, did a great job.
Yeah, we'll twist his arm, get him here next summer. He doesn't know it yet, but it's going to happen. The 0-2 to Leggett, and there's a defensive little foul ball. Yeah, they represent New Brunswick. That's right. And we'll be cheering for them. Again, you know what? I was glued last year, obviously. All summer long, rivals, obviously an intense game here, especially earlier tonight with a close one, but we'll all be cheering for them in a few weeks. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So once again, Ben McDougall strands a couple runners on, and that is going to do it. We'll go to the 7th inning. It is the Islanders 7, your Chatham Miramichi Ironman 1. And now for a word from our sponsor, O'Donaghues Irish Pub.
Ironman Baseball Live is brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub. If you are looking for a space to host an event, our upstairs area has seating for 40 for your grad party, baby shower, business meeting, or private party. What better way to host than in a Miramichi historic landmark with awesome food and drink? Head on over to our website, O'Donaghues.com, to check out our full menu and upcoming event schedule. O'Donaghues, welcome to your pub.
Yeah, we were talking to Dan was nice enough to stop by there on his New Brunswick tour a few weeks ago. We were asking him if he was going to be making the trip out. And again, we kind of planted the seed, third week of August next year. I'll be honest, I don't think I have to twist his arm very hard.
No, Dan is a baseball enjoyer through and
That's
through.
right. Well, like I said, not to be looking too far ahead, but you know what? It is going to be a heck of a lot of fun when the Nationals return to Ironman in 2026. But some unfinished business here as we go to the 7th. Islanders lead 7-1. And that is a fastball up to Cole McLaren. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Nora. There's going to be for the Ironman especially, and there is a check swing that could bounce back in, and it won't. Now they're going to pick it up, and they kind of left it, but McLaren hustling out of the box, so the Ironmen want that to be foul. But yeah, we were talking about that. Obviously, the Ironmen will be the first team to finish their schedule. The Alpines still have 4 games left. The Islanders have 2. The Mets have 2. The Royals have 2. So not only do the Ironmen have to sit around for an entire week because the regular season schedule doesn't finish till next Friday, but then it will be Nationals break and then waiting for the 4 or 5 series. So we figure it'll be September before we're on the air again. And that is a hard hit ball in the left field. Line drive single from Cole McLaren. And the Islanders have a runner on here to start the 7th. I was speculating earlier today that I feel like the first game of the playoffs for the Ironmen will be Thursday, September 4th. Do not quote me on that, as I am not a league executive. But I figure it's going to be 4 weeks. Hopefully not, but that is a hard hit ball high and deep to right, and that is gone as Dylan Wirth with a home run to right field. And the Islanders now lead 9-1 as Wirth got every bit of that one. So the Islanders with no give or quit here as their 8-9 hitters come through with a single and a home run. First home run of the season for Wirth. First, top of the order back up here for the Islanders for, I believe, the 5th time.
Yep, this will be Dubois' 5th at bat. He is 1 for 3 with a hit by pitch, single, run scored. 2 broken bats, though.
Well, there's that. Now he's up in the count 3-0. Well, that's the thing, Nora, too, is, I mean, there's always a threat of rain. That is the unchangeable factor. We cannot control Mother Nature. And that's on the outside part for a strike. Again, Mother Nature has been very kind to us here tonight. Temperature still around 20, and that's a strike. Ryland Matchett getting loose in the bullpen for the Ironmen, as I think they're looking to have some insurance. They don't want this game to get too far out of control. And there is a liner to center, but right at Mike McKay. And that'll be the first out of the 7th inning. So 1 out now for McIsaac. That's high and tight for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes here. 1 out, top of the 7th. The Islanders lead 9-1. And that's outside for a ball. 2-0. There's a swing and a miss by McIsaac at the 2-0. Runs it to 2-1. And that's right there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The Islanders have scored 9 runs on 8 hits here tonight. The Worth home run, their first home run of the night. There is a bounder out towards second. Molson backs up, plays the big hop. McIsaac just leisurely jogging down the line, and that'll be a 4-3 put out for out number 2. And that'll bring Jack Kraft up here. That is it back up the middle, a diving Molson, unable to come up with it. So that'll be a 2-out single for Kraft. So the Islanders will have a runner at first now with 2 outs. And that'll continue the inning for Nick McPhail. That's foul back. McPhail, I believe, is over 3 with a walk and a couple strikeouts. If my side eye of Dig's scorebook is correct.
You got it, pal.
These glasses are paying off. That's in the dirt for a ball. Let me see if they're a sponsor before I showed out where I get my glasses from. You hate to see it. Hate to see it. They're good glasses, though. 1 ball, 1 strike here. That is hit hard into the left center field gap. That's going to be trouble as that one gets down and goes all the way to the wall. And Kraft is going to come around hard, and he is going to score. So that will push the Islanders into double digits as it is now 10-1. So a 2-out RBI double. And that's going to do it for Goss. As with 2 outs in the top of the 7th here, Kevin Bowes has seen enough. Again, Goss has thrown a lot of pitches in this one, obviously working into his 3rd inning of work here. And he will depart. We'll see if he goes back out in the field. It does not look like it. So Ryland Matchett will come in here. So we're going to take a quick break, folks. Little word from our sponsorino. Uh-oh. Got some. Not going to lie, that scared the jumpins out of me. As we have an ambulance coming down towards the field. Anyway, we're going to let Ryland warm up, and we'll be back after a word from our sponsor, O'Donaghues Irish Pub.
Ironmen Baseball Live is brought to you by O'Donaghues Irish Pub. Our beautiful back patio is open and dogs are welcome. We even have a special O'Don's Irish Pup menu for your furry friend. Head on over to our website, O'Donaghues.com, to check out our full menu and upcoming event schedule. O'Donaghues, welcome to your pub.
So Ryan Lamatchett's going to come in here with 2 out in the 7th to try to finish this one off. 16 and a third innings he's thrown this year. He's 1-1 with a 3.86 ERA as a reliever for the Ironmen. He's going to face Duncan Picketts here with a runner at second and 2 out as I correct the score bug. And that is hit high into the left center field night. McKay on the run, and he will make the play. So that'll end the top of the 7th. So last kick at the can coming up here for the Ironmen as they trail 10-1 going to the bottom of the 7th here on O'Donaghues Ironmen Baseball Live. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Ben McDougall back out to try to finish what he started. He has allowed a run on 4 hits. He leads 10-1. And it'll be Jeff Watkin. Lead it off here. Watkin is 2 for 3. Has a couple singles and the only run batted in for the Ironman here tonight. A infield RBI single way back in the bottom of the 1st inning.
Yeah, Ben McDougall, has done a great job of quieting the Ironman bats tonight.
And that is right there for strike 1. Yeah, he has, again, he's worked around some danger. He's had a handful of walks, couple of hit by pitch. The last couple innings here, he's really bared down. And obviously, you look at that scoreboard out there, and it's a 1 and a bunch of zeros. Which, with the way his offense has supported him tonight, has been more than enough as they lead 10-1. And I think from the just-in-case files, Josh Myers warming up down in the bullpen for the Islanders. Again, McDougall's pitch count does have to be up there, I'm sure. And that is a hard hit ball to third and caught by Worth for out number 1. Again, you would love if you're the Islanders not to have to go to the bullpen here, but if you do, you don't want it to be one of your primary options. Again, a massive doubleheader for them on Saturday as they will host the Alpines in a 2-game set that will decide 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. In the New Brunswick Senior Baseball League. That's outside for a ball. Again, still lots of moving parts. Again, if you missed it earlier, the Alpines drop a 6-5 decision to the Royals tonight, which drops the Alpines to 13-11, which does, at the very least, secure 2nd place for the Ironmen and a home field advantage, at the very least, in the 2-3 series. Again, the Ironmen do still have a chance. If this score holds, the Ironmen do still have a chance to finish 1st overall and win the pennant, but it will require an Alpine sweep on the island Saturday.
I think that foul ball took out a windshield, Chris, as some fans are stirring down the 3rd base line.
Fabulous. And that is called strike 3 at the bottom of the zone. So Cook goes down looking. And the Ironmen are down to their last out here. And it'll be Charlie Mawson. And that's right down Broadway for strike 1. Again, this will mark the end of the regular season for the Ironmen. Keep it locked to the Ironman Facebook page. And that is a fly ball into left. Potential no man's land, but that'll be caught. And that is going to be the ball game as the Ironmen drop their final game of the regular season to the Islanders by a score of 10-1. And they will finish the regular season at 18-10. And they will have to wait on that St. John Charlottetown doubleheader on Saturday to determine where they will finish. And then obviously we're going to be waiting for a long layoff before we see who they're going to play, depending on where they finish. A lot of moving parts still. Again, Dig, what do you say other than the better team won tonight? The Islanders came here to play. They had some great at-bats. They pitched well. They took advantage of some Ironman mistakes. That's baseball.
Yeah, no, like you say, they put together a complete game tonight. They played defense really well. And, as far as this being our last regular season game, just to comment on the Ironman season as a whole, you have to be happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? You've secured home field advantage for the first round. You played some great baseball in the middle of it. And now you let the chips fall where they may and know that, all right, in a month's time, we got to get going here at Ironman again.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Obviously, you know what? This is not the result they wanted tonight, but, for the Ironman at least, the regular season is over, and now they will wait, but then the real season will begin as obviously, now you get into the situation where every game counts. And, one of the primary goals here in the NBSBL is you don't want to finish 4 or 5 because you don't want to play that 3-game series.
Yeah, no.
Mission accomplished. You want to try to get home field advantage. Mission accomplished. Still have a chance. Obviously, you need some help to finish first overall. But, again, lots of boxes to check. But you know what? More important baseball to come here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So on behalf of the best color man in the business, Jake Dignam, I am, of course, Chris Jardine, voice of your Chatham Miramichi Ironmen. The final score here in the final regular season game, the Islanders 10, the Ironmen 1. We want to thank our sponsor, O'Donaghues Irish Pub, because we could not be able to do this stream and bring you the sights and sounds of Ironman baseball without their support. Thank you so much to O'Donaghues for their unwavering support of the stream. And, of course, we want to thank all of you folks out there, because if you guys weren't watching, there'd be no reason for us to do this. So, again, keep it locked to the Ironman Facebook page for when the playoffs will happen. But I can tell you, it ain't going to be for a while. So, thank you so much for coming out, watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Until next time, take care and enjoy the night.